Hello world, it's 20 to 9 in the morning on the 18th of March 2014. Just thinking, years ago when I used to do horoscopes, I used to think, I wonder what's going on up there now. And I used to get the ephemeris out and the pen and the pocket calculator if I was lucky, and the rulers and the different colour pencils, and I used to draw up charts. And as I drew up a chart and calculated it, so it came alive in front of my eyes. And I understood every bit of it. In recent years, for the last couple of decades, computer technology has liberated astrologers, and I can now look at 15 to 20 horoscopes a day, whereas 20 years ago it was one or two. Then I was much less experienced. The internet and computer revolution of the last 20 to 30 years has set humanity free in many ways, and it's a game changer right across the board, economically, socially, culturally, politically. And in that light, the Grand Cross that's going on at the moment is particularly poignant. As we speak, we've got Jupiter, Uranus and Pluto all at 13 degrees, with Mars approaching 13 degrees of Libra, completing the Grand Cross, which will be precise in about, 4 days from now. But today we've also got Venus at 13 degrees, admittedly of Pisces, a mutable sign. And later today the Moon will be at 13 degrees of Sagittarius, again a mutable sign. And I'm just picking up this sense of almost ease or relaxation around both yesterday and today, as in there's no threat and no immediacy, no crises or urgency at this particular moment. Therefore, I'm still obviously looking at the Grand Cross, because the Grand Cross is the big pattern. And I do have plenty of things lined up for when this is over, I assure you. But I'm looking more at the cult of personality that's developed in recent decades around the more celebrity individuals who run the world, and particularly the horoscopes of both David Cameron and Vladimir Putin. Both being very directly challenged, not blessed, by the Grand Cross, both under incredible pressure. With many people, I feel that the electrical twitches, the frenetic, pulsating times of the last 2 or 3 days, the electrical shocks, basically, folks, that's over, I think. The headaches are not. They've slipped back into the background and they've practically gone, but they're going to come back again in a few days' time for the last time. I wonder what's going on in the lives of the people who appear to be at the top of the game. Putin particularly, with his Sun at 13 Libra and Saturn at 15 Libra, being hit by Mars right now. And he's coming out fighting, and I wonder if the representation that I and people like me in the West are getting of him through our media of being the evil tyrant is perhaps a little bit skewed, because I do get a lot of comments from people who have lived in Russia who say, look, he really, really cares for his country. He's a patriot, he cares for his people as well. Thinking, okay, well, at the end of the day, all I've got to go on is his horoscope. It just shows him as being very passionate and to an extent an extremist, although in what fields that extremism runs to, of course, is a matter of free choice. Certainly, though, if I were advising him, I would be advising him to have great personal caution in the next 4 or 5 days, because I feel that he's at risk. And I would be saying to him, if he were my client, look, don't go playing football, don't go bareback riding and shooting arrows at the same time at the moment. You're going to get hurt. You're at risk. Not in danger, at risk. And will continue to be so to a lesser degree from the end of next week onwards for another 3 or 4 weeks. Seeing as he's in a very high, powerful position, I'm sure he has professional people advising him on his security at this time. Nevertheless, in my opinion, his horoscope shows me that in the short term, he's at risk of danger or risk of physical challenge. At the same time, he can also turn it around, take the initiative, lead from the front, and be seen as someone who's not scared to make things happen. Again, how that works in the real world is another story. And Cameron, perhaps more on him in a few days' time. But the upcoming trial, the upcoming testimonies of the ongoing trial over the coming week could be very revealing indeed. And I do anticipate some startling developments in the British political arena over the coming 7 days. Perhaps more on that one later. Meantime, Moon's in Sagittarius. It's a great day out there. It's going to be moving up to square Venus over the course of a day. Actually, today is a day for having that extra one croissant or cream cake. Just because you've earned it, you've survived the Grand Cross so far, go and indulge yourself a little bit. Have a great day.